Did Rory McIlroy cross the line during the US Open's final round at LACC? As the 14th hole presented a challenging situation, McIlroy's ball found itself in thick grass just outside a bunker. Believing it was embedded, McIlroy took relief without penalty. However, the decision has sparked a storm of controversy and accusations of cheating. Today, we explore the allegations as we dive into the aftermath of McIlroy's pivotal moment on the course. During the final round of the US Open, golfer Rory McIlroy found himself in a challenging situation on the 14th hole at the LACC. After hitting his third shot into the face of a bunker, his ball ended up in thick grass just outside the bunker. McIlroy believed his ball was embedded in the grass. Which would allow him to take relief without penalty. To assess the situation, McIlroy called over a rules official. Although the official did not actually see the ball, they observed the hole created by the ball's landing. Based on the observation, the official determined that the ball was likely embedded and granted McIlroy a drop. However, some skeptics questioned whether the ball was truly embedded. They argued that for a ball to be embedded, it would require a significant force, such as a bullet shot at point-blank range. Given the circumstance of the ball flying through the air and landing in thick grass, it seemed highly unlikely that it would have embedded itself. The doubts surrounding Rory McIlroy's actions at the US Open gave rise to intriguing speculations about his true intentions.
Was playing really tricky, and obviously the scores in the final few groups reflected that.
With his strong desire to win the tournament, some couldn't help but wonder if he manipulated the situation to his advantage. The notion was raised that McIlroy strategically led the rules official to believe that the ball was embedded, potentially securing a more favorable position for his next shot. Amidst the swirling controversy surrounding the ball, it's crucial to remember that the rules official's decision stands as final. If the official had disallowed the drop, McIlroy would have likely opted for an unplayable lie instead. In either case, the outcome would have likely resulted in a bogey or even a double bogey, which wouldn't have altered his final standings since he finished the tournament in solo second place. To clarify the matter, Thomas Pagel, the USGA's chief governance officer, stepped in and shed light on the issue. Pagel emphasized that the nearest point for relief from McIlroy was misidentified during the incident. He explained that the correct starting point for the relief should have been directly behind the ball. In cases where there's no immediate area behind the ball, the player is advised to seek the nearest point in the general area. In this particular situation, the grassy area just below the embedded location of the ball should have been the reference point for relief. Recalling the final round, it was during McIlroy's third shot to the 14th green that his ball found itself tangled in the thick grass near a greenside bunker. A brief search ensued, and it was McIlroy's playing partner, Scottie Scheffler, who eventually located the ball. Rules official Courtney Meram, and an experienced presence in numerous USGA championships, confirmed the ball was indeed embedded, thus granting McIlroy a well-deserved free drop. Pagel supported Meram's decision, affirming that the ball was unquestionably embedded and entitled to relief. He stated that Meram used her discretion and judgment to determine the reference point of relief, which was to the side of the ball. According to the rules, once a referee makes a ruling, it's considered final. However, upon further review, it was concluded that there was a spot directly behind the ball in the general area that should have been designated as the reference point for relief. Because there was space between the ball and the bunker, McIlroy should have taken a one club length drop, no closer to the hole, from the general area of the embedded spot rather than from the bunker. Pagel emphasized that when dealing with vertical faces, such as the wall and bunker in question, there can be confusion. He acknowledged that there were several factors at play in this incident. Nonetheless, there was a specific location behind the ball where McIlroy could have measured the club length for the drop. Pagel reiterated that McIlroy did not receive any advantage from the drop and followed the referee's instructions on how to apply the rule. McIlroy acted within the discretion provided to him, and his intent was not to gain an unfair advantage. As the dust settles on the controversy surrounding Rory McIlroy's actions at the US Open, one thing remains clear: the pressure on high-profile golfers like McIlroy can be immense. This incident isn't the first time he's faced scrutiny over rules situations, as evidenced by his previous encounter at Torrey Pines. While it's crucial to uphold the integrity of the game, it's also important to remember that these athletes face tremendous expectations and scrutiny. As fans and followers of golf, let us engage in meaningful discussions about the sport and the challenges these players face.
Can you just take us through the third shot at 14 and just what happened there?
Yeah, as I was walking up to it, I felt like it was a perfect perfect full sand wedge. You know, hit it hard, get some spin on it, and then while we were getting prepared for the shot, the wind started to freshen a little bit. So, you know, full sand wedge wasn't getting there. So I just said to Harry, like 3/4 gap wedge would be perfect. I just feel like I didn't time the shot properly. Like I hit it when the wind was at its strongest, and the ball just got hit a lot by the wind, and obviously it came up short. So, you know, if I had it back, I think I had the right club and the right shot. I might have just had to wait an extra like 15 or 20 seconds to let that little gust settle.
Rory McIlroy, even par 70. Rory, can you talk us through that final round today?
Yeah. You know, golf course was playing, you know, was playing really tricky, and obviously the scores in the final few groups reflected that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel there's a couple of things that I probably would have done differently, but you know, all in all, I played a solid round of golf. You know, that one wedge shot on 14, missed birdie putt on 8. Really, apart from that, I did everything else, you know, the way I wanted to. But yeah, fine margins at this level and at this tournament especially. And but you know, I fought to the very end. I obviously never give up, and you know, well, I'm getting closer. You know, the more I keep putting myself in these positions, sooner or later it's going to happen for me, and just got to regroup and get focused for Hoy Lake in a few weeks' time.
Start over to your right.
Rory, when you talked earlier this week about watching past rounds, if you were to watch this round or this tournament back in a year or two, what do you think you'll see and take away from the experience this week?
You know, the last real 2 chances I've had in majors, I feel like have been pretty similar performances, like St. Andrews last year, and then here, not doing a lot wrong, but you know, I didn't make a birdie since the first hole today. So, you know, just trying to be a little more, I guess, efficient with my opportunities and my looks. But again, overall, I felt, you know, when you're in contention going into the final round of the U.S. Open, I played the way I wanted to play. You know, there was just a couple of shots, you know, 2 or 3 shots over the course of the round that I'd like to have back.
When does the countdown to Royal Liverpool start?
3 minutes ago, I guess. Yeah, I'll play Travelers next week. I'll play the Scottish Open. But you know, I'm focused on making sure that I'm ready to go for Liverpool.
Front left. Sean.
If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest golf news, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on this controversial incident. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.